can I do? What can I do when I'm stuck inside you? This cell of ice and fire, what blood red death, lost in desire, smell of life.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Rick Paulton, Ryan Inman, Wednesday night, 7:30. Not the right time, not the right day. We are here. The dogs have arrived. I hear. We have guests, but we have people in the comments already. JP Cross in the house, Karen in the house. St. John's, Michigan, Jason. We were just up there in Michigan yesterday.
That's right.
What is up, brother?
I didn't see Rob Dowell at the Tigers game.
You got to see him at the Tigers game, no.
I didn't. He wasn't there in tow dragging a dead body.
Dragging a dead body as one does.
Yeah.
As he does, as a matter of fact.
Man, they're riled up there today.
Karen wants to know what's the name of the group on our opening song, and she loves it. That is my good friend Jeffrey Nothing, Jeff Hatrix, formerly of Mushroomhead. And that band's not Mushroomhead. I'll send you a link in a minute for the song. It's a band just called Jeffrey Nothing. I think it is. I think the band's called Jeffrey Nothing.
Yeah, that was his like solo like thing.
Well, he had the Nothing, and he had Hatrix.
Yeah,
and I think this iteration of it was called Jeffrey Nothing, and he also was trying to do another band called Doom Candy and Jeffrey Nothing formed into one thing. But yeah, no, I really like it, and I'll send you a couple of his other songs too for you to check out.
I did not like the song at first, but it's grown on me over the last year plus.
It just had that nice little, it has that like doomy kind of horror kind of sound and vibe.
I like it.
Which was more Hatrix in the song because he doesn't come in until the end.
I like it a lot more now than I did. There's one bummer though about it. Yeah. If we ever get to the point where we monetize this, we got to get rid of it.
Oh no, I got permission to use it.
Yeah, but we'll have to share.
And we already technically are because I get a notification every week that we're sharing it with him.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah. So the copyright thing isn't a thing, but yeah, I guess that might be something.
Yeah. Especially if we ever generate more than the
$1.50.
More than the ones of dollars we're making right now.
We've made $2.50 lifetime, but you can't even withdraw it until you get to 30.
So basically, when we retire, that'd be a nice bonus.
We might get 30, yeah. So yeah, no, we'll have to share some of that 250 with Hatrix.
Yeah.
You know, I have to call him up. This is your cut, buddy. This is your 50 cents of the 250. Since you don't do the whole show, you just the intro.
It's pretty dope too, because like actually I know other things that have used that, and it's a much bigger cut than you'd think that they have to pay for the.
Yeah.
And it's really not even up to the artist. That's just how profit sharing goes. It's a big stupid thing.
It's weird. Like it doesn't make me share my non-existent profits.
Right.
With him on YouTube, but it does on Facebook.
Yes.
So
see now, if you're making ones of dollars, who cares?
Yeah.
But if you're making thousands, oh man, it's time to make a change.
Okay.
So, but yeah, no, it's cool, man. Because like when we come out in a few weeks at Ohio Terracon, we have an entrance theme.
That's it, baby.
So we'll have to slip the CD or the digital file to whomever.
I got it all on my phone. I can Bluetooth it or whatever you call that when you airdrop something. Is that what it is? Who the hell knows?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I'm surprised. We had people as soon as we turned this thing on a Tuesday. Wednesday. See, I don't even know what day it is. I'm just so screwed up. So tonight, in a little bit here, we're gonna talk about Oddity a little bit. What does that say? The dog father? You're not a dog father.
I'm not. It's Paul's cup.
Let's see. Rebecca says, Abby just asked me, is that Ryan?
No.
It's the library, in effect.
Oh, she is due for many lessons. So
well, because I had to run back here from work at 7 o'clock to make sure I could get on here by 7:30, I did not have time to stop at the store, which means I am now drinking my third water of the year. Third water. This one is it's a flavored job though, so it's pineapple and mango. So I don't know. Well, I have to tell you how that works.
See, if we keep doing shows on off days when Rick's in a hurry, he might actually be hydrated one of these times.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I actually got something I don't ever have.
Coke?
Yeah, from a big brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have their own variation of the Coke. I don't know if you knew
they
that.
do, and it's better than everyone else's. Sorry, It is. I'm gonna put them over actually before I get into anything. Yeah.
Well, all right.
They have right now.
This is delicious, by the way. I might, if this is no sugar, I think I might have to get cases of this.
Oh, wow, that's good.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I'm not much of a fast food person, as you know. But I just saw that they had a new McFlurry for the month.
What, did the Grandma's McFlurry?
No, it was a banana split Kit Kat McFlurry.
Oh, Jesus.
And that motherfucker was the truth.
So you went to a place where the ice cream machine worked and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, banana split Kit Kat.
Yeah.
Down.
It was like a banana-y ice cream thing with Kit Kats in it, man. And it was fucking good.
I think after this show, I'm going to go up and get rejected for one.
Yeah. And I'm not like...
will guaranteed be broken.
You know, and especially a big company like that, they don't need me endorsing them, and I'm not. You could go make that combination at home or your local Cold Stone Creamery or somewhere else. But in a pinch, that the place that I haven't even named, but it's obvious where I went, it's pretty good. So
JP says it's okay. He says it's okay, but I think that sounds like something I'd really like.
Yeah.
Speaking of ice cream, we hooked up with the Death Curse Society guys yesterday.
Yes, we did.
And we went up to Detroit for a baseball game where my Guardians beat the local Detroit Tigers. And we got some of the fucking best. Did you get some of it too? Yeah, you did. You had your little helmet ice cream.
Detroit Grand Slam action.
Oh my God, I would love to get some of that shipped in. It was amazing.
And that surprises me because you're not a coffee guy.
But I don't like coffee, but I like coffee flavored everything.
Yeah.
Like stouts that taste like coffee, I love them. Ice cream that tastes like coffee, that's my jam.
Yeah.
My wife gets me these nuts with coffee, chocolate, or whatever the fuck. Espresso, whatever the fuck. And candies, and those are great. Tiramisu. But a cup of coffee, couldn't do it.
Never seen you drink one in my life.
You never will.
I've known you 27 years. We did the math recently.
Yeah.
Never seen you drink a cup of coffee, and I've only seen you drink water maybe 5 times.
5 times, because I drink it when I go out now, so I don't have to pay for a drink. But I barely even sip it. And by the time I'm done with my meal, it's just enough so I don't choke. And this is so I can keep talking.
Yeah.
But
this is really good.
I'm gonna buy a case of this.
Yeah.
For myself.
What brand is it? Fuck it, put it over.
It's called it's just called Splash Refresher. I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Yeah, it might be an Aldi's thing or let's see.
Aldi, okay.
I don't know, because it's owned by Blue Triton Brands, and that's not Aldi or Save-A-Lot.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I like it. BK says Crank thought he was a jinx at the Tigers game. I blame you two. Hey, my man's got a Tigers hat on. He wasn't rooting for the Guardians. Oh, no, you switched hats. He had a Tigers hat on. And my wife got to my nuts too. No, she gets me nuts that are, I don't know. I'm just gonna quit while I'm ahead.
Oh, I thought drives you nuts, huh?
No, he says she's got his nuts.
Oh, okay.
Right on. So yesterday,
I've never had a wife, so you know.
I've done it a couple times because I'm stupid.
Oh, twice.
Yeah.
What they say, you fool me once.
Shame on me. Yeah.
Sorry, Paula.
Shame on you. Yeah, she don't listen. She don't support me in anything I do.
No, that's true.
Are you kidding me?
I forgot shot.
Say anything in the world about her. She would never know. She didn't even listen when we were starting to do it when the kid was on it a couple times. Whatever. No, she ain't got time for that.
Yeah, Ricky went with us too.
Yeah. Yesterday, we got up early in the morning, headed up to Detroit. I really like going up to Detroit. I wish we had some more time to do a couple other things. Like, have you ever been to Motown? The Motown Museum?
No, I'd love to.
I know, and it was closed, or else I would have suggested going before or after the baseball game. Because Detroit doesn't do anything on Tuesday.
No, apparently not.
Freddy's Pizza closed. Motown closed.
Although
we found a decent pizza place, though.
We did, and I'm going to put them over too. We went to a spot called Moots.
Moots,
as in mozzarella. I'm imagining.
I'm imagining too. That's what I came up with. And Craig said on all the menu items. On all the menu items, if it had mozzarella, it was spelled mozzarella.
Mozzarella, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was within half a mile of Comerica Park, which was nice.
Yeah.
Nice about 7-8 minute walk from the ballpark.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Good, decent service there. They were a little busy when we got there because people were finishing up, heading to the game. We got to the game like the third or fourth inning. We got our seat on the fourth inning.
Right as Josh Naylor hit that home run that we missed by about a minute.
Yeah. And St. John's, Michigan, Jason, he says, my wife even liked his costume over mine. She was going to vote for him in the costume contest at Monroe that I couldn't enter because I was Kane's line. I was like, Jesus Christ. And yeah, she did. That's how supportive she is.
Yeah.
But I liked his better than mine, too, to be honest with you, because he a lot more effort went into his than mine.
I liked his better than yours, too.
Well, there was effort that went into mine. It just wasn't from me. It was from my guy, J3 Costumes.
I'm not a fan of Nintendo Jason, though. You know that.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't like
the game. I love the music. I love the toys.
Game sucks. Music's cool. And the Jason look is just Barney the dinosaur serial killer. I don't know.
Barney the dinosaur didn't exist then, so it's cool.
I know, but you put a green fucking oval on your belly and you're Barney with a mask.
And then he had the yes, I got the photo. Yep. But a couple days ago, Bull Airs. You ever heard of them?
Say again?
Bull Airs.
I don't think so.
It's a company that does custom, like, I think they're Air Force Ones. I'm not sure.
Oh, shoes. Okay.
Yeah, whatever they are. They look like Nike SBs, which are based on Air Force Ones.
Right.
And they did an NES Jason pair. They're freaking awesome, man. I would love to have bought them.
Were they $6 million?
$500, dude. $500. I can't.
For a pair of shoes you'll never wear.
Well, I would wear them. That's the thing. I mean, but I couldn't justify buying $500 and wear those. Like I got my Friday 13th LeBrons, but I didn't pay no $500 for them, and I wear those. Like other people have them the people that have them in the boxes stacked up in the. I mean, I guess I got the toys in the box. I mean, but it's a little different. Like I don't want shoes in a box. If I want to buy shoes, I want to wear shoes.
Yeah, even in NECA Ultimates, I take them out and play with them.
I tried to, and I almost ruined my box.
Yeah.
So because I was thinking about doing them and like setting them up, and then that. But then also, Cat over there, he would definitely knock them down because he's a dick.
Man, they're due for another one. It's been a couple of years since they put the Part 7 out.
Yeah, but the 7, there was a lot of the rights issues happened then, and they couldn't get to the 8. But then now it's fixed, so the 8, 9, and 10 should be out soon, I think.
And with the Axe, there'll be 2 different ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they'll do 2. They did 2 for $5 for some reason.
Yeah. I'm glad they did.
Yeah. I kind of wish they would have did the hallucination Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Say that 3 times fast rather than the coughing Jason.
I'd take all of them.
Yeah, all 3. Why not?
More the better, man.
And more the merrier.
I think the Tommy Dream Sequence one in the grave or whatever.
Yeah,
is one of the coolest ones, man, because it has all the cool shit with it.
Yeah, I don't even know what's with it. I don't remember.
It has the mask with the worms in the eyes.
Yeah, and
That's
it has
one of them.
the
So
movie
if you lay
screen
them
mask.
down,
Doesn't it have the box mask too?
yes,
Yeah,
it does.
it was never
And
shown.
it also has the mud mask.
Oh, okay,
When
yeah.
he's standing up, coming towards Corey Feldman. It has all three of them. I like the ones with the worms because that one actually like to lay them down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's a pretty cool visual, I think.
Hell yeah!
When you dig him up and you see the worms in his eye holes, like eating his brains out or something, just rotting away. They just threw him in a hole, no embalming, no anything, just bury him.
So, did anybody in the comments see Oddity? Let's see if anybody else seen it. I seen it twice because I freaking loved it. Spoiler alert. Brian will wait until the end to say whether he liked it, hated it, or whatever. I'm sure, but yeah, I loved it, and I loved it so much. Karen, it's going to be on streaming real soon because it was a very small, select screen run that didn't go to a lot of theaters. A lot of states didn't even get it.
Was this a Shudder movie?
It was a Shudder movie. No, it was IFC Shudder. Yeah,
IFC is on Shudder. Yeah.
And so it'll be on some streaming thing soon. And as soon as it is, we'll post what it is. And
in the In a Violent Nature though is on.
That was Shudder.
That's also Shudder. Okay,
but it hasn't came out on Shudder yet.
Really?
You can
been
buy
like 2 months since a fucker was in the theater.
You can buy it because now it's in the buy it on digital run.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can buy it or rent it on Prime and probably that Fandango at Home deal that used to be called something else, which name escapes me.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now, man.
What's that?
I think that movie was my most anticipated horror movie of the year.
In a Violent Nature?
Yeah. And I think as of right now, there's still, 5 months to go. I think it might be the worst one of the year.
I think this is a great year for horror, number one.
I do too, so it's tough competition, but
it's not my one, it's not my two, it's not my three, but I do like I can't wait to watch it again.
I do want to see it again, but there's no shot.
No shot it beats any of those three that we've been talking about.
There's no shot it's anybody's top 5 if they've seen all the horror movies so far this year. There's just no way unless you're just biased or.
Some people really liked it because it did real well with critics. Real well. Like it was getting like 80% and 90%, and yeah, really. I mean,
this film's. I'm sure the film we're going to talk about tonight did well critically. I haven't looked, but I would assume that it did. I know Longlegs definitely did.
Its IMDb score is great, 7.5.
Mm-hmm. I know Maxine did well critically.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what Rotten Tomatoes thought of it.
Yeah, check on day one as well, because as of now, that is still my favorite horror movie.
Okay.
Well, maybe it won't be after this review, but as of now, we haven't reviewed this yet. It is, and that fucker is still in the theater.
Yeah, I still, but it's also it either just hit streaming or it's going to in a day or two.
It hit Amazon Prime yesterday.
That's what it was. Yeah, I think you might have told me that yesterday. Oddity got a 96% from the critics, 85% audience score.
Yeah, I knew it would be a big score.
And it's doing real well with both. Violent Nature. It was the first movie I've seen in forever that was even like a little bit scary. 78% for In Violent Nature. I don't know what the audience score is. I don't see it.
See, and here's the thing, man.
Audience score 44.
And remember what I said at the end of that review. I reviewed it lower than you. I think I gave that a D+, but I still recommended it.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when I grade anything get into the D category, I don't recommend it, but that one, it's just so different that I encouraged everyone to go see it.
And because you asked, I got a Quiet Place, 87 and 73. So it did real well.
Yeah.
It did real well.
I know Maxine did well. So.
Oh, okay. I checked that out too. I can check that out in a second.
Yeah, I know that one did.
XXINE. I bet you it's the lowest of the three we're talking about, though. Yep, it is. 72%.
Really?
So high, but 78 audience score. It's the first one where the audience had higher than the critic.
Yeah.
The first one that we're just talking about. So
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I liked all of those a lot. I can't say Quiet Place yet because I haven't seen it. But as much as you keep saying it's so great, I know I'm gonna like it. I got a good time to watch it.
See, you do, and you can't text and like have the kids around unless they want to watch it. Because I actually think Michaela would like that one.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do that because she'd probably be more interested in Ricky.
Not a Ricky movie. It's not a Ricky movie.
Not enough people getting sliced up and diced up.
No. No, it's a little bit more cerebral, so that's more of a Michaela movie.
Right on. So before we get into the movie, since we already talked about the Tigers game, we also went to Screamer's costume shop.
Yeah.
Been there a few times. Screamer's Costumes in probably a suburb of Detroit. It's 20 minutes from the stadium. I don't know if it's Detroit proper or not, but
I don't think so. It's a really nice area.
We'll call it Detroit.
Yeah,
and freaking amazing place, isn't it?
Yeah, man, I was really impressed.
Yeah,
it was bigger. The sales floor was a lot bigger than I thought it would be, and we didn't even really see the other part of it that was kind of warded off or whatever.
Oh, the museum part.
Yeah,
yeah. They have a little museum area where they do photo ops because they do a lot of events where they'll have celebrities come through. Like they've had James Jude Courtney a couple times. The last time they had him with Nick Castle, and they have a replica of the actual Myers house. I don't have pictures of it, but it looks really good. It looks very movie-like. The guys that built it did a fantastic job, and you could do photo ops with, in this case, they were with actual Michael Myers, and they had also they built the pizza shop from Terrifier, and it looks pretty legit. And another scene too that was in there, and there may be more stuff since then, because this was a few years ago when I was in it, maybe 2 years ago now. And there was another scene, and I kind of want to say it was a scene from Saw, but I'm not sure. But they have that going on too.
Yeah, I'd like to go see that other part of it. So I'll definitely be back in that store. And I'll just say this too, and I told the proprietor, I don't know if it was ownership or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that place was merchandised beautifully.
Right on.
Like, yeah, I couldn't have done it any better. And I'm, again, we don't get it too personal early on here, but I actually technically my job title is lead merchandiser of, a retail shop. So.
Jeremy Schick is cool cat. He says, "Did I stumble into a toy discussion? Autism intensified." Yeah, we talk about a little bit of everything. We're into toys. We're in all kinds of stuff. At Streamers, I completed my Halloween 3 mask collection. It's pretty cool, and that's a really cool mask. When I got it home and looked at it more, it's the witch part's only in the front, and it has like a strap, and then the hood has like a Velcro, so it'll open and then close. So, like, if you wanted to wear it, it'd be a really comfortable mask to wear. Can't see any world I'd ever wear it, though.
And Rick completed his, 3-mask set for Halloween 3. And I also own everything from Halloween 3 that's essential, which is absolutely fucking nothing. And
since you see, speaking of Mike, we got Michael Myers back up. Roy's down, Mike's up. And that means that since we have finished reviewing every Friday the 13th movie, all of them, we are going to start reviewing after we get the ranking of the Friday the 13th out of the way. We're going to start working on the Halloween movies, and I think we're going to go one and just straight through.
Sequential.
I think that's the easiest way to keep sequential. Yeah. The easiest way to keep track of it. And we'll let you guys know when we're going to do that. But we have one more Friday the 13th thing before the ranking.
Mm-hmm.
on August 15th, which is the day before Ohio TerraCon, 16th and 17th. Get your tickets now. We are going to be talking to Bobby Heckman. This is an idea Ryan actually had thought it would be a good idea to do. Once he figured out, once he's seen that I knew how to stream things from YouTube on the show while we're talking, he was like, man, it'd be a good idea to watch his film, Bobby's film, Victim No More, with Bobby on to talk about the way, all the shots, all the ideas behind it, what he's got working on, maybe little hints for what's coming up in Victim No More too. And that's going to be August 15th. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be it hasn't happened, but I think it's going to be one of our favorite shows.
Well, my idea, and it wasn't necessarily that one, that was you that played that into that, but my thing was to do like a live streaming director's commentary.
Yeah.
And who better than, Bobby, because he's been, it was like your first interview. He was
the first guest of the show. We had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah, and he's been with us since the beginning. So yeah, we might as well have him. Give him the first shot.
Yeah.
See how this goes.
Yeah.
I've never seen really anything done like this before, so
it should be really cool. And the film is on YouTube, so you can watch it beforehand. You can wait until we're watching it together, whatever you want to do. You can watch it with us on your TV and have us on your laptop or something like that. Whatever you want to do and watch along with us. And I think it's going to be really fun. He did a very good job with that. It's one of my favorite fan films. It has my favorite kill in a fan film, probably.
Definitely, yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah, so we will be talking about that then. But tonight we seen Oddity on Saturday. Wanted to talk about it on Sunday, and then that didn't happen. It was gonna maybe for Monday. Tuesday, I was thinking about it after we got back. You just coming in the studio and knocking it out real quick, but I was just really tired by that point. And
I still had a long drive home.
Yeah, and you still had a long drive home. You'd been up since, if I was up at 7, you were up earlier than that because you had to drive 40 minutes to get here or something, right?
Yeah.
So we decided we couldn't do it on Thursday. That's the reason we're here today, is because I have to drive to Cincinnati to work for my company for the next couple of days down in Cincinnati, which is going to be fun. So we wanted to get a show out because I don't know if we've ever had a week without a show.
No. Even on the holiday, you dropped something.
We just did a different day. Yeah, we dropped something. So I wanted to get something out, and I really wanted to talk about Oddity before I totally forgot about it, period, because that will happen soon, I'm sure. So we went to see Oddity Saturday night. Good turnout at the theater, surprisingly.
Yeah, and you had a good reason why.
Yeah. I think it was because Deadpool sold out, and people that don't understand that you need to get your tickets online first, went down there to get Deadpool tickets and couldn't get Deadpool tickets. They moved over to Oddity because there was only our tickets plus one were the only ones that were sold in the whole theater.
Right.
On as we were walking in, pretty much.
Yeah, so and I bought my tickets only like 2 hours before I went there.
Right. So it was a friend of ours went with you, my son, his fiance, my wife. So what was that make? 6 of us?
Yeah.
Carry the 6.
Yeah. There are 8 seats in that row, and we had 6 of them.
Yeah, we had 6 of them. But then another good, probably 20 people came in. So a decent amount of people got to see this film, and it was at the thing about it though is since it was in such a small release, we had to see it. What was it? 10:40, 10:45.
It was 10:40, and then they added a second showing at 11:30.
Right on.
Like day of, they added that showing. It wasn't there the night before.
But we were not going to stay up that late because we had trouble. Some of us had trouble staying up as late as we did. Some of us did not stay up. My son slept through half the movie.
That's unfortunate.
And thank God he doesn't snore like I do, because we would have had to deal with that the whole time.
I had to douse him in popcorn and overpriced soda. Because I'm used to going to the college theater now, man, and going to the big brand theater now. Oh my God, everything's so expensive.
So the college theater has cheaper snacks and stuff?
Way cheaper.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, I get a large soda, like a big popcorn, and a box of candy, $10.
Yeah, Capital, I don't know. It's cheaper. I don't know how much cheaper. but and so and it's always good to go there. Those guys do good stuff. They do like
it's basically about half price at the college theater down the road, and I would rather the money go to the college than a big company, big corporation.
Sure, that's the same way I feel on Capitol.
Yeah.
Charles Sherrod in the house. What's up, brother? On the dive tomorrow at 9 our time, 8 his time. Is that how that works?
Yes.
He's doing a Schwarzenegger movie, I think. What are you doing tomorrow, Charles? Comment the movie that's playing tomorrow. Last week he did Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Right.
Oh, and that's a classic.
We were just talking about Paul Rubens too.
Yeah. Had a great time watching that with him. And so Oddity. What were your did you have any thoughts? Did you see any previews of this before? Or?
Yes. I saw a trailer for this before. I think not Long Legs. What was the one we did before that?
It's played in the beginning of at least 4 horror movies this year.
Yeah, I saw the trailer, which included the scene at the door.
Yeah,
that was a big part of the trailer.
Yeah,
that was the bulk of the trailer, was a lot of that interaction, and we'll talk about that scene a lot actually. So I did see the trailer for it. I didn't hear of it at all until I saw the trailer for it. The trailer intrigued me, but it didn't I need to see this or anything like that. It wasn't like that. Unlike the trailers for Long Legs itself, I saw those and be like, I need to see this. So, God, they marketed that movie so amazing. Anyway, so yeah, I'd heard of it. I'd seen trailers for it, but it wasn't until Friday and Saturday, the release night and the night after, I saw normal people, and I mean normal is not big horror heads, posting about it on social media. I'm like, they're like, this movie was actually scary, unlike most other horror movies anymore. And I'm like, oh, really, asshole? Let's just see about that. So that sold it for me. I had to go.
Right on. And that's what sold me on it too, because DCS, I was gonna watch it. I just didn't know how soon I was gonna watch it. But DCS, they did their review of it, and Zigzag was like, this movie was actually creepy and scary. And he likes a lot of the same stuff I like. We have a lot of similar tastes. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, a lot of times I do Lyft for my second job, and a lot of times on Mondays and Tuesdays, it'll die between 9 and 2. People are already at work. Nobody's, doing anything. Between 9 and 2, it'll die. So I go to the movies at 9 in the morning, and I went 9 in the morning to see this. And after I seen it, I was like, this was freaking great. And I had to tell everybody about it. I had to tell my wife, you got to go see this movie. And then we were talking about it last week on the podcast, and my sister said she wants to see the movie.
Yeah.
And I said, well, it's playing at this time. It's in your town. So we picked her town to see the movie in. To be fair, it's probably the town we would have went with or without her, because the other place it was playing was even further.
That's true.
But we picked that town just because it was her town and she's living in the town. And who doesn't come to the movie? Everybody comes to the movie.
Yeah. We got big timed again.
Got big time to get my sister. My sister couldn't come.
We got big time by a little person.
Jeremy 6 adds, I'm tentatively going to a movie for the first time in years this weekend. It's going to hurt, isn't it? Concessions and stuff, it can, man. It can get pricey, for sure.
Yeah, those AMC theaters.
Popcorn, so you got to get it.
Those AMC theaters and those big company corporate ones, yeah, it's crazy. If you got a local theater, it's not so bad. And like I said, I got the college theater less than 5 miles away from me now, man. So it's fucking prices from 20 years ago there. I love it.
Yeah, so try to find an independent theater if you can. Better to support them anyway, like Ryan said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. I was very, very intrigued. After Zig's review, I really wanted to see the film. Was not disappointed, but I went so early that I dozed off for 5 seconds of the movie, and I'm like, I bet I missed something. That's another reason why I wanted to go see it again. And I was like, I missed something that fucking matters. I know I did. I have to go back. There was 2 parts where I missed 5 seconds each time. The first part that I missed kind of did matter a little bit. And I'm glad that, I got to see it. And the second part, it didn't matter. but we might get that. Who knows? But
All right.
yeah, a little 5-second. Oh man, damn! How much did I miss? Oh, and then I messaged the Death Care Society guys in the theater because I was the only one there, so I could use my phone a little bit. And I was like, the last thing I remember was this. The next thing was this. How much did I miss? And they're like, oh, you missed like 5 seconds.
Yeah. So this thing was directed by a cat named Damien McCarthy.
Damien McCarty from Ireland.
Yeah.
Shot in Ireland.
He's very Irish. The cast is very Irish. The setting is very Irish.
Yeah, so my wife, as we're watching the movie, her and my future daughter-in-law are making fun of everyone's name.
Yeah. It's so funny because the one actor's name in particular that they laughed at is the name of my ex-girlfriend's cat.
What was it?
Taj.
Oh, yeah, Taj. Yeah. They really couldn't say that one.
You knew Taj, the cat.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
The mean one.
One,
The
right?
tiny little skinny one that's mean
the tiny one. I like the real big one.
and bats at everyone.
I like the cat that she had that was like bigger than your cat's.
Mork, yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, Mork. Everybody knows what he's named after. So so yeah, shout out to Todd. She's 17 and still alive, by the way.
Nice. He's
Yeah.
watching?
Hmm?
I said, do you think he's watching?
Taj?
Yeah, it could be. No,
Nah, he's not. Just much like your wife, her cats are not supportive of me. But I supported them for years. But that's another story. So Damien McCarthy directed this thing. He really only directed one film of note before this. And I'd never seen it.
I immediately went home to watch it after the movie.
What was the thing called?
Caveat.
Okay.
And there was a little Easter egg from Caveat in this film in the little oddity shop. If you remember that weird looking bunny with the drum.
Yeah. Okay.
That's from Caveat.
Got it.
And I was watching it with my daughter, and usually this is something she would like, but we were talking about stuff. There was other stuff going on, and we were chit-chatting. I work so much, so, I don't see my kids as much as I would want to or should. So if we are watching a movie and she wants to talk about different things, that's going to take precedence over the movie. So we were having a conversation, and we kind of followed what was going on, but not really. But what we were talking about was probably more important, was on the screen anyway. So I'll watch it again later. But from that watch, though, I didn't like it. To be honest with you, I didn't like it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like critics or audience cared for that one very much.
Yeah.
So.
I did watch a couple of his shorts, though.
Yeah.
And I did like those. So you definitely could see the potential there. And then after watching this one, big time, you can see the potential.
Sure. And I'm surprised that thus far, he does not have his name attached to anything else yet. So
Jeremy Schick says, now we're talking about cats. I'm so glad that this hit my feed. Yeah.
These guys usually run in by now. They're all doing something right.
Yeah.
Done.
His cat in his profile pic kind of looks like yours.
Yeah. I just called him over here. He gave me the look like, get fucked.
I'm not doing it. That's the thing about cats. They do what they want.
He only pops in on the show when he feels like it. So
right.
I don't want him to get hair on my new shirt anyway. So let's talk about this cast real quick, man. We usually run through that. And now I'm going to say this. It's a stripped down cast, but it's a great one. And nobody's probably heard of any of these people, but I just want to give them their, roses here.
I would imagine that a lot of them act in Europe, in Ireland, England.
They do, with the exception of one of them that never really did anything before, but we'll talk about that. There's really only 5 big speaking parts in this movie, and they are Ted, who is the lead. Yeah, Gwilym Lee. He was great.
Yeah.
Then there was 2 characters played by the same person because they are twin sisters. It was Darcy and Danny, and they were portrayed by Carolyn Bracken, who was fantastic.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
They were 2 separate people.
Yes.
She did that good. I mean, she played them both so different.
They are so different.
And it was really cool. Like, I didn't even realize right away that they were the same person. I didn't.
I did, just because their face looked so similar, but they're twins. So, but the haircut was different, and just their
hair color, the haircut, and they did that to throw you off a little bit,
right,
to make you see more. But her acting did that enough anyway.
Well, yeah, and one of the sisters is blind,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a different role altogether at that point. And I think that's very interesting too, because the other sister, the one that's not blind, the one that can see, immediately we see her doing hand-eye coordination type chores around the house, and I didn't pick up on that at first because we didn't know the other sister was blind, or she even had a sister at that point. But you see this other one doing all this stuff that takes hand-eye coordination, eyes, everything's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other sister turns out to be blind, which I thought was a nice little thing.
For sure.
So the other one was blind and the other had great vision. So then we have Olin Boole, played by Taj Murphy, who was also fantastic. A bit of a smaller role than Carolyn Bracken's, but very important.
Yep.
We'll talk about him a bit. Then we had Yana, played by Carolyn Menton, who had no acting credits before, and I was very surprised to see that because she was also quite good.
Yeah, no,
now,
yeah,
I think her role was the easiest to play.
Yeah.
Out of everyone else's, because it wasn't very nuanced. It was pretty straightforward. Just, an annoyed girlfriend of the lead who's annoyed that his deceased wife's sister is just healed in on their house. So, you'd be annoyed too.
Right on.
And then we have Ivan, played by Steve Wall, who I swear I've seen this guy somewhere.
He was in Dune.
He was in what?
Dune.
Okay. Yeah, he looks
so
very familiar.
Even if you didn't see him, you see him in the trailer probably for the movie, since we go to the movie so often.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's only one guy that has even a picture on IMDb, and that was Johnny French was Declan Barrett, which I'm not even sure who he was.
Neither am I.
I think he might have been one of the inmates at the asylum.
Yeah, he was.
But that was it.
Not a big speaking part though. The 5 that we covered are really the only 5 with multiple lines of dialogue. And again, it's stripped down, but I like that because it's really all you need to tell this tale.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little different. It's kind of like, in a way, Longlegs had a very small cast. But again, it's all they really needed to spin that tale.
And it did remind me of that. Not that it was the same style of movie or anything. Just it had similarities along.
It did. It
with the
definitely
small
did.
cast, or trying to do something that's different than what everybody else is doing, and in those ways. What would you grade the cast in this if we were doing that?
B+.
B+. I'm with you. I'm right there with you. It was, again, very small cast, but everybody was just so good, so memorable. And maybe these are really top-notch actors over there, save for the girl that you said had only 1 credit.
Right.
And we just don't know anything about them. But in Ireland, they do know them, maybe, who knows. But me being Irish, I really liked the fact that it took place over there. It's the scenery and some of the places. I love the Irish accent. It was just good stuff. Good stuff.
Who that girl Yana, Carolyn Menton, reminded me of?
Who's that?
Why can't man? I'm the library and I can't even think of her fucking name. You know her real well. A young version of the wife of Boardwalk Empire.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. I don't remember her name either, but again, she was
but also very Irish.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just
cool.
Names escaping me. I'm on no sleep. So reminded me of her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't remember her name either.
Her dialect, accent, everything.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably from the same region of Ireland.
Well, her real name's Kelly McDonald.
Kelly McDonald. Yeah, that's exactly right.
And Margaret Thompson.
Yes.
But that's not her. That was after she got married.
Yeah.
But let's see all, because she had a cool Schroeder, and then before that,
yeah, because she was married to Hans Schroeder.
Yeah, Hans Schroeder,
who had a boating accident.
Those things will happen.
Yeah, it will happen. So anyway, yeah, very good cast. I don't think they could have really done any better, especially using all Irish actors for, no budget.
Well, we don't want to give too many spoilers away with this.
Yeah.
But the opening scene, almost the whole thing was in the trailer. So let's talk about that and what you thought about that, because you seemed excited to talk about that anyway.
I did, man, because, man, like, what a pickle, because it's one of those things where it's a yes or a no, but there's no definitive right or wrong. It's weird, there's someone in that house with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to help you. But you're creepy looking and you're like, we're a mental patient.
Well, she didn't know he was a mental patient. I don't think she knew that. She said, "Are you a patient?" She didn't know that. It wasn't definitive. But what he did know, which was scary, was he knew her husband's hours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So which means either A, he was a patient, or B, he's been stalking them for a while.
Right.
And either way, it's no good.
Yeah. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. And I like that we don't get the answer for it right away.
Mm-hmm.
It does pay off later. But right away we don't. And I'm glad that we don't, because it adds to the suspense.
Definitely needed that. We definitely needed that to go the way it did.
And for a scene with just two actors and no actual violence, it's a lot of tension.
Exactly. And this movie developed tension all over the place, man. And you can't, like, movies that have these jump scares, which this one had a few, and it got almost everybody in the theater. Mm-hmm. One of them in particular got almost everyone in the theater. I knew it was coming because I've seen the movie, and it still got me. And the thing is because of the tension that's built up to before that, or else it's not going to have an effect on you, And that's what it did so well. See, Jeremy says, I know nothing about this movie, but based on your description of the small cast that attempts at an original style, I'm thinking Blair Witch, Paranormal Activity. And again, like we said, how it's similar to Longlegs, it's similar to those in the vein that it's not the same movie, but it's a small cast, different style, newish directors trying to do different things. And yeah, but the concept of the movie is nothing like that. But nothing like all four of those movies are nothing alike, but they're similar. They have similarities.
Yeah, and we can't really delve too much into the plot without really giving it away.
Yeah, we will be very
also one thing too, and it helped with the budget, I'm sure. A huge portion of this film was all shot in one location.
Yeah, and ironically, that location was the same location because Damien McCarty got on. He did an interview with the Death Curse Society guys that you guys could find on their YouTube channel, and because due to the time difference, he couldn't come on their real show, so they did an interview with him. Yeah. And during that interview, he was saying that he filmed Caveat at the same location as this. Okay. Now, when you finally see Caveat, you're gonna be like, that can't be the same place. Just the way but yeah, it's a friend of his. The castle is a friend of his is in Ireland that he got for little to no money, which doesn't have money, so you got to get him where you can. Yeah, but yeah, it's all one location. I'd even be willing to bet, and they probably said it during their interview, that the hospital was probably also just a dressed part of the castle. I think it was all in the same place.
I loved the setting.
Absolutely.
It was a nice place, but it was also isolated.
And you needed that for some of the plot points of the movie.
You did.
When things happen, the guys at her door, she can't call the police. They'd never get there in time if she could.
Right.
And when later when Darcy comes to the house, she makes a comment about how far it was to get there. So
Another big another big plot point without giving anything away, but it's relatable to me as a Verizon subscriber, but phone signal could come in handy sometime.
Yeah, and that the phone only works right here when she's calling her sister. That came back later, and that mattered.
It did, and and they didn't lay that on too thick either. It just was like, oh yeah, that's right. Weird fact. The guy who did the music, the composer for the score, his name is Richard Mitchell. Now that sounded so familiar. It sounded so familiar, but it's such a common name.
Yeah.
I looked into him, and it unlocked a memory from like 20 some years ago.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he was in the band, but he co-wrote. Do you remember an act called Basement Jaxx? JAXX? No, they were big, like Euro pop, like 20 some years ago, and they did a song called "Do Your Thing," and it's been in the soundtrack of multiple movies. If you heard the song, you'd recognize.
I would know that song.
You would absolutely know it, and apparently he co-wrote it.
So out of those 5 cast members, the first guy we named Ted. He was married to Darcy's sister, whose name escapes me.
Danny.
And while you don't see whether or not she lets the guy in, she does get killed again. That's in the trailer. And her sister, who's the blind girl, was Darcy. The brother-in-law goes to visit her at a really cool Oddity shop that she has, selling all these different things. And she's blind, but gets around real well for being blind. And it's a really, really, really cool thing. I don't know how much more I want to say because I'll accidentally start.
Yeah, I don't want to even go too far. Just I just want to do a top and bottom and grade it pretty much because.
Right on. Well, we'll do that, and then we'll, if we feel like it, we'll keep. Jeremy Schick says Basement Jaxx. I'm truly among my people. Hey man, so yeah, definitely like and subscribe the page and the YouTube, and we normally go live on Thursdays at 7, but due to extraordinary circumstances, but we've actually been jumping in every now and again during the week too. But Thursday is the main show, but today is the main show because we couldn't do Thursday because of that. But all right, so normally. Since Jeremy's new, I'll explain what we're doing here. Ryan will do a top 5 and a bottom 5, or 3, depending.
It's 3 because new movies is 3, classic movies.
That's kind of what we've been doing. It's 3 things he liked about the movie, 3 things he hated about the movie, or maybe didn't like as much. Sometimes it's hated. and then we'll do that, and then we'll give a grade for the movie, and then maybe we'll revisit this movie again in a couple months when more of you have gotten to see it. We'll talk about it on one of our shows where we don't have a topic and we just kind of freestyle.
Well, we'll talk about it at the end of the year when we do
our review for the year. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have an idea for that too. I don't want to just rank like films. I want to do like awards.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about
best actor, actress, supporting actor, actress, direction, music, costumes, everything. I want to do that. I want to do it all.
So we'll do something that's long.
Best kills.
Actually, not that long. It's only 4 months away.
Best kills, best everything.
It's freaking August tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, so do your. I don't know. You pick. You want to go bottom or top?
I always do the bottom. Bottom 3 things. 3 things I did not like about this movie. The third thing is that it was a wee bit predictable.
It was.
Yeah, it was. I kind of knew the ending, but I still enjoyed it. But it was just a little bit too much. Like it was only really leading. All roads kind of lead to Rome, kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. The second,
with that.
My second least favorite thing about this, and this wouldn't apply to maybe some other people, but it's just my personal taste. There's a bit of a supernatural element to this, and that's not my cup of tea. other people won't care about that, but for me, I'm not really into supernatural things. And there's one particular scene where it just is beyond the realm of physical impossibility, and most of this movie isn't like that.
We
So
can't, and you can't tell me what scene it was without ruining it.
I can't.
Okay.
Yeah. And my absolute least favorite thing about this, and I actually told you this in the car.
Yeah.
The very last shot of the film / little mini scene, the very, very, very last thing. Was it bad? No. Did it ruin the movie? No. But I think
we discussed a couple different ways they could have made it a lot better.
And all your idea and mine were both way better.
Yeah. Easily.
So, yeah, I think especially just the very last shot. Like,
yeah,
I did not like it.
Yeah.
I wish I could. I wish I could expand on that and say what my idea is, but I can't.
Yeah, because that would give away a lot.
Yeah. Oh, it would give away everything. So no, again, none of those are deal breakers. They're just things that, yeah, you know. Number 3 would be really hard to steer away from, the predictability, because again, with such a small cast and a mystery, there's only so many conclusions.
Right. So
yeah. Now on to the good. My top 3 favorite things about this, and I liked a lot of things, but I narrowed it down to 3. Number 3 is it actually had jump scary parts. Like, actually, I felt a little nervous at some points watching this and uneasy.
Yes.
One in particular, without spoiling anything, the very first real jump scare, the very first one. Wow. Like you were waiting for something.
Talking about they got everyone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking great. And then that scene leads to like a cutaway, and then you see the aftermath of something, and it was just done so well. So well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's like a less is more kind of thing. And I think other movies can learn from that. My number 2 favorite thing, surprise, surprise, is the acting all around, especially Carolyn Bracken.
Yes.
They were all great. She was beyond great. She's gonna get a lot of work.
Yeah. So. She's I think destined for bigger and better things.
Her agent's phone is blowing the fuck up. She's gonna get some American roles and make some money.
Definitely.
So that's my number 2 favorite thing. And my number 1, my absolute favorite thing, was that to open the door or not open the door scene between Carolyn Bracken and Taj Murphy.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah. Just so tense. And I like that we don't get the payoff for it right away. It makes it better. Because it's just the interaction between those 2 characters that otherwise would never meet was just so good. And there's a reason that they put that in a trailer and showed a lot of that scene in the trailer. Because I think it's the best part of the movie.
I mean, pretty much that whole scene was in the trailer.
Yeah. Oh, well, not quite, but yeah.
You know, pretty close. I think Supernatural, Donald, he says, I think Supernatural films are scarier than slashers. I don't think I ever got scared at a slasher besides Nightmare. And Nightmare is Supernatural. But,
again, like I said, that doesn't apply to a lot of other people. Just me.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this movie was it was the scariest movie I've seen in decades.
Definitely the scariest of the year.
Yeah, and I like that because we go to these movies, and you know, when you watch horror movies as much as we do, you get sort of desensitized to it. And with slashers, I don't watch slashers to get scared most of the time. It's more about, you know, just the body count and the creative ways to kill people, and it's fun. Like,
it is.
But some of these other movies can get a little scary, you know, and you know, when the tension's built the way it was, and yeah, this movie was awesome, and I'll go first with the grade. I mean,
okay,
for me, it's an A. It's 100% an A. I loved it, and maybe that'll change later, you know, upon rewatches. But first time was great. Second time was great. I loved everything about it. I mean, I agree with your bottom 3. Those are 3 things that could be improved upon, but they were nothing that mattered, nothing that hurt the movie at all, nothing that made, could have made it a better A. That's it. I got an A.
So that's definitely your top horse.
It's my favorite of the year.
Yeah, so far.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Still real close to the other two, though. Still real close with Longlegs and Maxine.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
Day One is still up there.
There you go. So did it overtake Maxine or Longlegs, though?
It did not. Well, Longlegs is better than this.
Okay.
For me. And again, I had some problems with that one too, with supernatural / religious thing.
Yeah.
But that kind of added to it in its own way because that's what it was building to from the beginning. Whereas this, it just kind of felt shoehorned in a certain scene. But again, can't say why or when rather. This and Maxine though, very close. Very close. I think I liked Maxine better, but I think this movie was better made than that.
All right.
So it's going to be tough.
You'll take that.
Like, yeah, when we do, I bet he would.
Did have a better? Does somebody say his movie was better than Ty West?
See, gun to my head. I'm gonna put this one over Maxine because this was an actual horror movie and Maxine wasn't. So, Maxine was still a very good movie. It just wasn't a horror movie.
And I agree. We both said that for sure. So
and again, you disagreed with this, but I think that the 2 or 3 or whatever really gory things that does happen to Maxine, I think the movie would be better without him and release more of a mainstream.
Probably more marketable without him.
Yeah. Oh, it would have been. It would have been a super crazy hit if not for those things. I mean, it still was a hit, but you know what I'm saying. This movie though, Oddity. Oh, it's a B.
You got a B?
Straight B.
That's a good score for Ryan.
Yeah, it is.
Ryan gives you a B. Ryan likes movies that he's given D pluses to. So,
yeah, nobody's hit into the A category in 2024, and we've had a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
So,
what was that? The highest score was a B plus, right? We both gave something.
Day One's got a B plus.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't see that. There was something we both seen. I thought you gave a B plus. No? Okay.
Longlegs was also a B, and I think I gave Maxine a B minus.
I gave it a B. I didn't give it a B plus. Yeah, it was a B. But yeah, this was definitely my favorite of the year. I guarantee you guys. Well, I can't guarantee you. I'm pretty confident that anybody watching this show is into horror movies.
You'll like it. Yeah,
you're gonna love it.
Yeah, definitely see it. That's an easy recommendation. So you can look up the director. He's got a YouTube channel where he did a couple short films. One of them you got to buy on Amazon Prime, which you got to subscribe to. How Amazon Prime sometimes has those extra subscriptions. Yeah, it was on one of them, and it was like a short film subscription service, which I did just to watch it for $2, and it was good. And there's some that you can watch free on YouTube, not free on Tubi yet. But and no money for Rick tonight.
Yeah, no money tonight. But you can see it. This guy has a future in this business for sure.
Definitely.
Caveat: some of my friends that have watched it, I've heard really good things from some people. Some other people were like, eh. Again, I'm gonna rewatch it. To me, I didn't like it as much. This is his other film that you can watch now on you got to rent it for like $2.99, but it's out there. This film is amazing.
I think McCarthy and Ty West both have big futures ahead of them, but I think Ty West has a big future as a mainstream film.
That's to say, he's going to go more mainstream, I think.
I think he should. I think McCarthy should stick with the horror realm because he did a very, very, very good job.
Yeah, definitely interested in seeing what he's got next. That's for
he wrote this too. So.
Yeah. He's a writer and a director. Does really good stuff.
Oh, and guess what?
There he is. There's John. Don with Z. He said meow.
Yeah. Oh, was that audible?
Barely. I just seen his mouth move. Really, I didn't hear him.
It was
But,
very, very quiet.
So, what else do we want to talk about? We've been going for like an hour, so we're gonna probably get ready to wrap this up. But I wanted to hit the upcoming shows next week on the 8th. What we're gonna do is I got a guy that he did a. Jeremy says his night was made seeing Zahn. I'm sure he's what he was referring to. And so next week on the 8th, on our regular Thursday time at 7 o'clock, we're going to do a show where we're going to have multiple guests. We got at least 2 booked for sure, and we're going to get a couple more in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a guy that has a film that's screening at Ohio Terracon and talk to him about his film. He's not going to, I don't think he's going to be at the con, but his film is in the running for the screening. And then we're going to have one of the vendors on Ted's something Bubblegum Emporium. I'm screwing up the name. I showed you some of his work when we were at Screamers. Dude does phenomenal work on these bubblegum machines he makes. The one I was showing Ryan at Screamers was like a life-size Sam from Trick or Treat.
Right.
And he does like all these different ones. I'm sure we're going to have pictures of it, maybe some video of some stuff he's doing. I'm going to reach out to a couple more vendors. There's like an author that was talking to me, and if he's going to be at the event, we're definitely going to have him on, a couple other people, and we're going to just talk Ohio Terracon because it ain't but a little over 2 weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
August 16th and 17th, our debut at a con. We are going to have a table at the con. We're going to be selling some goodies. Rosa, who's always here in the comments, but I haven't seen her today, she's going to be, she makes a lot of cool stuff. Like, here's one thing she's made. Got this handy. This is a beer stein she made for me, and she makes like other different horror stuff. She also made my mouse pad and some other little stuff for us. So she's going to sell some of the stuff that she's made, and we're going to have that and promoting the con there. We're going to be raising money for Ken Sagos. We're going to have his QR code because he's trying to do the Socrates movie, and anybody that donates $1 to that and follows us will be entered into a raffle to win something cool, some autographed memorabilia. I got a Jason 8x10 in there that I tried to give away before and couldn't, so maybe I'll be able to give it away then. I do have a if we get enough stuff, I do have a couple Kane Hodder autographs. I might donate one of those to the cause. So we'll see how that goes. And then the main event for us is going to be on Friday. Is it at 2? Is our thing at 2? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Friday, I want to say at 2, but I could be wrong. I'll post the correct time later.
Pretty fucking early.
What's that? It's early.
Pretty fucking early.
I know. We're going to be doing a live version of our podcast in the room where they have the chairs and the screens and stuff. And we're not sure. Ryan has a better idea of what we're going to do than I do. And we got a couple of the celebs that are going to be there, like Hal Havens said he might drop by. Bob Elmore, we're going to talk to him either at that thing or somewhere around the con, because when we had him on, the audio was horrible. And we're going to get some sound from him for sure. Scheduled to be on our thing is William Perry,
right,
who was a stunt guy for Robert Englund.
And Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, and Super Bowl champion, as a matter of fact. And Karen says, "Wow, sounds like an amazing show. Look forward to it." It's going to be. It's going to be different. We've never had this many guests.
Dude, look at this big timer now. I mean,
yeah. We got Zahn now.
Pushing me out, taking over.
Is the cat going too? No, he's not going to go to Ohio Terracon.
No, my other cat would go, but he's not,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
this one, no, he don't like crowds.
We're going to be, I started to promote it on the page. I'm going to see Zombie live, with the soundtrack being played live by the band that did the soundtrack in the film and the movie on a big screen at the Grog Shop in Cleveland. And I have 2 extra tickets to that because I bought the 2 original tickets. But then Zigzag was kind enough to get, because they're not playing in Detroit, he's coming, but he wanted the VIP passes. So he picked me up a VIP pass. So I have these 2 extra tickets, and I tried to put it on the page, but as soon as I put the word tickets, all these bots started, hey, try to scam.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
But I'm giving away these 2 tickets. If you are interested in these 2 tickets, let me know, and we'll figure out a way to give them away or what we're going to do with them. I'm not sure. So if you can be in Cleveland on September 11th, that's when that is.
Forget that date, man.
Yeah. And did that cover everything? Did I miss anything?
Just about. Let's see. Yeah, next week's show is set, and then the week after set, and then we have the con. And we'll have our live show taped and maybe put it up. It depends, because
it's not good or bad that thing is, man.
No, it's not that. It's just there's some things we would probably talk about more freely in a live environment that we probably put out there on the internet.
if you want to get stories you can only get at the live show.
Like when we saw Bruce Pritchard live, he told a couple stories he never told. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of too, Bruce.
The Bobby Heenan airplane story, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
That was worth going alone, just hearing that story. So, yeah, I got some ideas about that. Some shit I just probably wouldn't want to say on here. So.
Right.
But we'll see. We could always edit it. So
yeah.
We could pull up Bloody Essentials. Do a nice edit job. So.
Yeah, I'll send it to them. You can take this out and then this, because I don't know how to do it.
I don't know how to do it. I'm lazy.
I did a little.
Real quick, we're talking about Ken Sagos. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay.
I'm gonna have some masks too. I just started painting again, and I'll have, I don't know, maybe 20 of them. So nice little selection, and 10% of everything I make, I'll put into Ken's project.
Awesome, that's great.
And my favorite thing about Ken, and I'll just cover this real quick. Besides all the good he's done and all the charitable things he's done and just being a nice guy, my favorite thing is he just doesn't let his character die even 40 years later. Whenever he's at a con and he sees somebody cosplaying as Freddy, he goes, "Hey, you look like a pussy." You know? Every time he's like a Freddy Krueger cosplay, he just starts talking smack to him, and it's fucking great.
Yeah, no, Ken is awesome, man. Ken's a very nice guy. He does a lot of positive stuff in the community. He's sent hundreds and maybe even thousands of kids to college.
Yeah.
And dude's just a great dude. So we want to get this. We want to help do our part to get this project made for him, and see where it goes from there. If he gets the short done, then it could turn into a feature. And I read the comic book. Speaking of the comic book, that's one of the things I'll give away because I have an extra one. That's one of the autographed Ken Sagos, so Kincaid from Nightmare on Elm Street 3 autographed comic book. We're going to be giving that away at the con. I got some hats to sell. I got replicas of the Hellraiser Lament configuration. I got a couple of those to sell. Good prices on everything too. Not stupid expensive stuff. Stop by and see us. My daughter will probably be there working the stand and selling the stuff. She knows how to do that stuff. So yeah, that's all I got for tonight, guys. And I want to thank the guys that came out on short notice.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wednesday show, man. That's cool. You know, soon enough, that one week I felt like we did a show like every day. So that's all right.
We did almost. Jeremy says wrestling and comics. Now, did we just become best friends? That's it, man. That's what we do. Yeah, I don't know if you're in Cleveland, Jeremy, but if you are, man, check out that Ohio Terracon. If you're not and you live close, drive in, man. It's gonna be a blast. We're gonna have the cast of Toxic Avenger. We're gonna watch the Toxic Avenger with the cast of Toxic Avenger. We're going to have the cast of Night of the Demons. We're going to have there's a couple standalones that were in there that were pretty big names that I apologize I'm forgetting, but it's going to be all Bob Elmore, Texas Chainsaw 2, Leatherface. He's going to be in the house. It's going to be amazing. If you can get there and support people doing shit. We need to make this con a success so that Ryan and I can go to the next con an hour away or 10 minutes away from our house and not 5 hours away from our house.
Yeah. And we need to knock one out of the park ourselves so we can bring our show on the road to other cons that aren't 10 minutes down the road.
Try to be big like our big brothers in the Death Care Society and get booked at other cons.
That's right.
So you got anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, we need an agent. We need Stacey Lee as representation.
That's it, baby. That's it, maybe. I mean, she's the best at what she does.
Yeah.
We ever get bigger, that's where we'll be.
Yeah. Oh, it's the first call for sure. So, but no, man, just, thanks for everybody coming out on short notice for a Wednesday show. We appreciate that, especially right away. Boom, boom, boom. There were people in here, and we appreciate all of you. And until next time, 8 days away. Don't tune in tomorrow. You can. We just won't be here. Who knows? Maybe I'll go live. I probably won't. But
and Ryan froze. Oh man! But Ryan froze, but I knew where he was going.
I know.
Oh, he's back. He's back. All right.
But anyway, you can do it for me.
I'll do it for you. See, let me find one. Oh, this one. I like this one.
I'll freeze.
I'm gonna turn it up, and then we're gonna go with.
Oh shit! There goes the neighborhood. Oh shit! There goes the neighborhood. Oh shit! There goes the neighborhood.